I have been perfecting my camera kit for about 8 years. I shoot a lot of cars, I love cars, and every decision that I've made has been around making myself fast, efficient, while maintaining the best quality possible. Now, the one cool thing about how I work is that everything fits in either your carry-on or your backpack because I travel a lot for work and I need my gear to stay with me. Let's start by what all my camera gear goes in. This is the Wandrd Prvke. I believe this is the 31 liter, which fits me pretty well, and it has a lot of convenient pockets on the side and up here for things like your headphones or your SSD hard drives or cables for when you're traveling. So it's super handy. And then it opens up really nicely on the back here, which I find to be quite convenient. The first and most important thing that I want to show you guys is my camera. This is the Lumix S1 Mark II. And the reason that this camera is my everyday go-to camera is because it is a perfect, in my opinion, maybe not perfect, but really close to perfect hybrid camera. It shoots high quality video with open gate up to 60 frames per second. It has 120 frames per second at 4K with only a 1.1 times crop, so it's incredibly versatile. And I can shoot both horizontal and vertical with open gate, all shooting once. And that to me is critical because I'm working with large brands by myself so often, and they oftentimes want a full cut for their YouTube or for their website, but also social cuts. I've got a 24-60 that lives on this thing a lot, and then I oftentimes will pack a prime lens like a 35mm f1.4 and a longer zoom lens. The zoom lens that I'm using right now is actually the 28-200. It saves a ton of space when I'm packing because it's not a massive 70-200. Now, hands down, my camera is the most important piece of gear that I own, but the second most important piece of gear that I own is my gimbal. This thing goes with me everywhere. This is how I get smooth shots. If you are not owning or using or trying to use a gimbal, you need to get one. Now, I will be clear, this video is sponsored by DJI, and I'm super grateful because I have owned the RS3, I've owned the RS4, and now they've sent me the RS5, and there's 3 really significant upgrades that make this better for me as a solo content creator that we're gonna walk through. But obviously DJI just makes incredible products, and these gimbals are second to none in my opinion. The automatic locking feature is an absolutely insane and fun feature to use because that way you can just run and gun with this thing and then just power it back up and you're ready to rock and roll. I love that sleep mode feature, but what they really did update on this one is the new intelligent tracking mode. And what I didn't know about it is that it actually doesn't require any software or any app. It actually just works natively because there's a camera built into this thing, and then you can see what it's seeing on the back screen. So that's a super easy way to get tracking shots. And as an automotive content creator, I use this all the time. I have yet to hang out of a window and see how well the tracking feature works compared to, say, the Osmo Pocket 3 or 4, but this does get me excited about the capabilities of this gimbal. The second thing that I love about the upgrade on the RS5 is it has the electronic briefcase handle, whereas prior, this was just a stupid old handle. But now you have your manual modes, you can record from here, and you have the joystick so you can move this at whatever speed you have preset, and you can reset it right from here. And it just allows you to be a bit more confident with the hands and shoot lower. So that to me is actually a really insanely nice feature. I kind of got used to having to reach down here or reaching up and touching my camera to get it going. But now that it's here, it feels like it should have always been here. So that's a really, really nice upgrade. Thank you, DJI, for giving the creators what they want. The last thing I'll say it's really nice about this update of the RS5 is they have these fine tuning knobs on every single axis of the gimbal now. Previously they had it on this camera mount here so you can move that back and forth, but now they've added it onto every axis. It makes it so easy to balance the camera when you're moving from job to job or putting a different lens on or switching it to vertical shooting. These are just things that like you do on a daily basis, and that makes it easier. They already have been doing the Teflon arms, but between that and the fine tuning knobs, it's made this process really smooth and really easy. So the RS5 for me was an upgrade that made sense. I mean, this was sponsored and they send this to me, but it is an upgrade that made sense for me because I'm a solo shooter. I need to be able to move quickly. I need to be able to lock my gimbal. I need to be able to pack it away. I need to be able to sling this thing low and still be able to get the shots and record from here. Having Bluetooth functionality on your camera every time you turn your camera off and on, it syncs to the Bluetooth immediately, so you don't have to worry about it slowing you down. The camera and the RS5 just work. It's so nice. It makes it so great for content creators like you and me. The next camera I keep on me at all times because it is insanely versatile is the DJI Pocket 4, and that's what we've been filming this entire video with. It obviously is a gimbal. It's lightweight. You can do vlog stuff. You can do insane car shots. You can mount this and you can get tracking shots of cars. And I know that there's a ton of competition coming out, but that's a good thing for content creators because that means that they're just gonna push the envelope. We've got some other honorable mentions in this backpack that I need to talk to you guys about. This is the DJI Osmo Action 6. This is a crazy cool camera. It shoots square sensors, so that means if I'm shooting once, I can get both vertical and horizontal shots out of one camera. And then one that I find I reach for a lot more than I thought I would is the Osmo Nano. They both shoot 10-bit color, and so they both have different properties about them that I use. But the Nano, because it's so small and you can detach the camera and use this as a monitor, I find I reach for this actually a lot as well. One last thing I'm gonna mention before I go on to how I mount my cameras onto cars is the DJI Mic 3s. These are good enough for interview quality. They're great for vlogs. They can connect to almost every single camera that I've talked about in this video. You can even connect it to your mobile phone. You can do 32-bit float on these things. So if you're gonna get mics, I recommend the Mic 3s. You can get the minis too, but the Mic 3s to me are the best bang for buck. And up here is kind of like one of my favorite pieces of gear, and it's my camera car mount. So I've been using this kit from iFootage for about 3 years now. And what I love about this kit is that you can actually pull the little feet out like this. You attach this little doohickey to whatever camera you're using. Then you can just stick it back in. So whenever this is mounted, you just stick your camera in, lock it in place. So here's a really good example of how I would use a lot of these pieces of gear together. If I take the iFootage arm, I wanna mount this so I can do some behind the scenes footage for you guys. So I'm gonna mount the magic arm onto the gimbal. Same with the camera. I've already got the doohickey on there. You just adjust the magic arm to wherever you want it to go to get behind the scenes. Turn that all on. Now we've got behind the scenes. I can set this to track me. And here we go. Now I'm using my gimbal with behind the scenes footage, shooting my car. Like, does it get any better than this? Look at how I'm out here on my own, trying not to trip, and you guys can see everything I'm doing. A couple pieces of gear that I forgot to mention when I was out there is my Air 3S drone. This goes with me most jobs because it has a wide 24mm lens and a 70mm telephoto lens, which when you can fly a 70mm lens, it is really beautiful. I absolutely love this drone. And the other drone I bring when I'm doing more social stuff, or I want someone else to fly my drone actually, is the Avata 360, and this is a really powerful and really fun drone to fly. You can just get shots with this thing that you can't get with any other drone. So I bring this along, and in fact, if I have someone second shooting for me, I'll get them to fly this one because I can reframe whatever they shoot in post-production. So I've had a lot of fun bringing this one with me on a couple of jobs, but also it's great for social media as well. So this is the gear that I'm using in 2026. Let me know what you guys think is maybe missing from my kit. Like I said, I always like to be nimble, quick, fast, efficient, and I hope that you guys have seen what I can fit in that little backpack and make some pretty high quality stuff for YouTube like this or for brands. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like, subscribing to the channel if you're into that kind of thing, and I do hope I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.